The good news is Timmy made it. The bad news is now I have to drive it. Welcome back to the final leg of Timmy's tough track tour of New South Wales. All the way up from Tassie, he's here to conquer the toughest terrain this country has to offer. In this episode, we attempt to make it to the top of the mighty Mount Walker, take a dip in the stunning Coxs River Gorge before tackling the infamous Weenie Creek track in some very wet and slippery conditions. Technical rock crawling, full sends, and pushing the rigs to the limit. Let's go. Proudly supported by Opus Campers, Ultimate 9, Tread, Superior Engineering, GME, and in part by I've just woken up, so I'm still half asleep, but it looks like we've got a beautiful sunny day. They're gonna have some brekkie, pack up camp, and then we'll be into the tracks. This adventure begins not too far from the town of Lithgow, a little west of the Blue Mountain region in Lidsdale State Forest / Marangaroo National Park. Not exactly sure how to pronounce that name, but I'll pop it up on the screen. There's a bunch of incredible tracks, camps, swimming spots and lookouts. This place has it all. Arguably though, the most notorious track is the Mount Walker track, which takes you to the highest peak in the region. The plan today was to get ourselves and our vehicles to the top, tackling the toughest terrain on the way. The plan this morning and for this Lidsdale State Forest area is to conquer Mount Walker and get Timmy up the top. But we're gonna sort of shoot round to the edge of this Lake Lyre, which we're coming up on now, start right down the bottom and then work our way up to the top via all the back tracks. First hill climbing track that we are beginning on is Pajero Hill, named that because there's the rolled Pajero off the side of it. See that? That there is a Pajero rolled off the side for a long, long time. That's why they call it Pajero Hill.
That's so smart. Maybe you should roll your car so it's called Patrol Hill. You could get something named after you.
It'd be worth it. I thought this was like a basic little rut, but...
Do you want a spot?
Yeah, it's just hitting that rear diff, is it? There you go. Just need a little bump. Not talking too much. I'm concentrating on trying to stay up out of this rut a bit so I don't diff out again. We're up through the bottom bit there. First section done, the climb continues. So from here, from where I'm parked is the chicken track or the B line around, then the main line is up here. And Tim's gonna have a crack at the main line first. Because once you come around the corner, there's like a massive off-camber rut, and I don't know if the whole side of my car is just gonna drag along the bank and destroy it. So Tim will try first in the ute, have a little poke. You ready to go, mate?
Yeah, mate, let's see how we go.
got up there fairly simply and didn't seem to drag his tray minimally. I'll give it a go in the wagon, but yeah, I'll just have to keep an eye on the wagon body, obviously. Forward driving's a funny one. You spend like half your day with anxiety about all these extreme obstacles and damaging your car and getting in sticky predicaments and that, but we're still out here having the time of our lives. It's a good feeling when you get to the top of them. A little bump or needs a pack?
Give him a bump. If not, I'll come down and pack him.
With a little bit smaller tyres than Timmy, diff clearance was an issue in a few spots, but a couple of bumps and I was able to clear out the high points and keep working my way up.
And that might need a bump as well. Yes, your panels are clear, it's just bar work.
Made it. Not quite as much clearance, but just need a few bumps. That's Pajero Hill conquered. That was good fun. I've driven that hill before, but I've never driven that big rut in there, so it was good to get that ticked off. We'll keep heading up towards Mount Walker. I don't know if there's too much more on the way. We might be yeah, straight up towards the big one now. So here we are, we made it to the top climb, up to the peak of Mount Walker. So this all here is the bottom section. It's very steep, very shaly, very bouldery, and then it sort of flattens off for a bit, and then you got the top steep rock slab steppy climb. Bit nervous about this one, but we'll get into it. Hopefully my lockers work. I'm gonna try and be real gentle on the throttle, so we don't like kick out and spin the rocks everywhere. And try and go for a few high points where there's like stable rocks that are actually buried in the ground, not just all the loose shaly stuff. That's my rear diff. Nearly had the perfect line, but just caught the rear diff on a high point. Or maybe just chuck one rock in and should be good to go. Alright, we're through that bit. Another good bit to go now. I'll give you this in case you need to talk to me. A little GME for Timmy for the spotting. So this one's going to be a ride the rock slab, so you don't fall in the big hole. As long as it all grips up, it should be sweet.
She just slipped off. I think I would take higher. Passo. Oh, the driver. Passo. All the Passo.
Shit, yeah, mate, bloody beautiful. Nailed it.
Good drive, mate. Well done.
That was sick. Just took a couple of goes to get that perfect line, and you could just creep right along the edge of that wall there. That was good. Nice, slow, controlled, technical forward driving. That's where the gearing was perfect too, like that reduction gears. So I got 4.3 diffs and the 63% reductions, and I was like right on the edge of stalling. It had just enough crawl speed that I wanted to really precisely do it, but that was sick. Timmy's up now. He said he's aired his tyres right down to about 8 psi, so there should be heaps of grip, which is what you want for this. I was running about 10, but I got more weight in my car, so it sort of bags out similar anyway. After watching me go up first, we had the line sorted for Timmy and he cruised on up drama-free on this bottom section. But there is still the big top section to go. Timmy's up as well, beautifully done. So you got a few 100 meters just to cruisy drive now, and we'll come up on this top bit. That there is where you used to be able to cut halfway up onto this track just to do the top section. But there's a gate down there now. Here we are though. It's pretty steep and very steppy. What do you reckon, mate? The closer you get, the bigger the steps get.
Yeah, it's unreal. I said that yesterday at the bottom of Spanish Steps. Like, I don't know what it is with this place, but nothing looks as big as it really is until you get on it.
And then you realise it's like a chest-height rock slab.
That main slab up there, from down there it kind of just looked like a few waves, but there's 2 steps there that are a good metre high.
So we're going to head up the right-hand line and try and get up the big step. Beautiful. Just the slightest little bump just to help it climb up over, but yeah, there was heaps of grip there.
Good drive, mate. Perfect amount of momentum.
Yeah, thank you very much. Those aired down tyres make a big difference, like once you get them down low around that 10 and 8.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and all the traction.
Mate, bloody oath. All the way from Tassie. So that's her, we're up the top. The infamous Mount Walker conquered. Such a fun track, that one, and awesome day out exploring and winding our way all the way up to the top. It went better than I thought it would. So you got spectacular views out over the ranges, and you can see Lithgow town in there. We might have a bit of afternoon tea or something and then head down towards the river and creeks. That drive along the Coxs River there is beautiful. It's such a nice stream and really scenic. But yeah, we're all the way down off the Mount Walker down in the valley here. The sun is shining, it's quite warm. There's still a bit of breeze down here, but nothing like up the top. And this water is actually not too bad. Much warmer than what we've been swimming in out Lithgow the last few days, like Nunes area. So we're going to jump in and have a freshen up and dip.
Is it summer?
Timmy's in. First swim of the trip.
You're gonna have to count me now, I think.
From 3.
Pick a number.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, he's in. Oh,
Ooh. Oh, that's amazing now.
His first shower and swim in a week.
Oh.
Next track, Unimog Hill. Another one out here I've never driven. It's very, very steep, this one, and it's very shaly. There's a big step up in the middle there. Timmy's gonna have a crack first. What are we thinking, mate? We got up on Unimog Hill now.
Yeah, it looks pretty ugly, to be honest.
It's very steep.
Yeah, and there's like a weird S-bend step halfway up it, like you kind of got to get over this rock and then up another one that's off camber. So I'm just going to put the winch on free spool, and if I go to panic mode,
I'll get the winch.
You can hook me around a tree.
The good news is Timmy made it. The bad news is now I have to drive it. Alright, my turn. Let's see how I go. Just first gear low, both lockers, and I'll hold a bit of momentum through it in first. All kinds of yes. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Jeez. Even as you come around the corner, there's a big rut you're trying to manage. That was good, but that was like the perfect amount of just throttle and working with it. Straight back into the action. We've only got an hour or two left of the day, so trying to tick off all the tracks in the area. The last main named one that we're going to be doing is Fire Truck Hill, which we've just turned up to now, and it's a very steep climb up the side of the hill here. So we've got two main lines, this one and that one. I think we're going to give that one there a go. It looks like the most challenging of them, and then after that we'll just be able to shoot up through the middle there. I'll go first on this one. Timmy and I have sort of been taking turns, I suppose you'd call it, of going first on the obstacles. Going first and second can be an advantage and disadvantage depending on the scenario, but stuff like what we're doing today, where there's lots of traction, it's slow and technical, I reckon it's more of an advantage going second because you see a line get picked out first. Go, just need the slight little bump there and we're up and away. That's Timmy up. We've just got a bit of a steppy section at the top here to go, and then we'll be up. Fire Truck Hill conquered. We're up the top of Fire Truck Hill, and yeah, that's pretty much all the named good hill climbs and tracks I know out in this area. There might be a few more, but I don't know. I don't know of them. Chuck a comment down below if you do know this area with any tracks we can try out next time we are here. I had an absolute blast this day though. That super slow and controlled technical four-wheel driving is always great fun. Our plan now, find camp. We finished up that power line track and ended up popping out on the highway. So I put a little bit of air in the tyres and we scooted over to a different forest where I knew a nice little bush camp that we could have for the night. And it's sort of on our way back towards Sydney because the plan tomorrow is to hopefully do Weeny Creek track back near Sydney. That was an awesome day out there. It was really cool getting Mount Walker done from the bottom to the top, Unimog Hill, a few of those spots that I haven't done before. Anyways, we will get camp set up and get this fire going. But as much as I love the hard four-wheel driving, how good is getting a campfire going in a beautiful bit of bush for the night? So next morning we've packed up and left camp and we've come through to G's Arm South Fire Trail at Weenie Creek. Pretty iconic technical rock crawling track out here just out the back of Sydney. Unfortunately it is raining, but today is the last day I'm going to be with Timmy on his New South Wales adventure, so we wanted to make the most of it and come do this track anyway. Being that it's rock, we should still have plenty of grip. Aired the tyres down to 10 psi all round. And yeah, we'll get into it. It's a really fun, cool track and it heads out to an awesome lookout out the end over the valley. It's not far and we're straight into the thick of it. This track is very obstacle, jam-packed, action-packed. That's a bad double step. Well, that was second, but I didn't even bump it that hard in second. It just slammed so hard. 5 minutes into the track and we were already on the winch. This could be an interesting day. So yeah, it's obviously a bit slippery in the rain. That's not rock, that's just two very bigly chewed out wombat holes. And I wasn't willing to send it too hard on that because it's just slamming the body. Anyways, we're up. Let's see how Tim goes. Glad it wasn't just me, mate. It's a bit of a brutal step there.
Yeah, dude. I was like, this feels alright, and then you fall back and it's like...
Exact same result as me, and Timmy was out with a winch. That is one nasty double step ramp pad wombat hole thingy. How good is Tim's 24-volt winch? Pulls him out of those sticky situations in record speed. Might have to invest in one for my GQ one day, I reckon. We're onto the rocks now though. Let's see if we can find some traction for these tyres. It was back raining again and not looking like it was going to let up anytime soon. Providing you aim for the rocks though, there was still a decent amount of traction available and could crawl a lot of the obstacles. You got it done.
Little monkey off the back. Yeah, it's too hectic at the moment. Like, it's way too wet to try these lines.
Yeah.
But like, if we can sort of find a midline and just have a little scratch around and a bit of fun, like, that's today for me.
Mate, that's the aim of the game, you know, have a fun time, not try and be a hero.
Nah, mate. Although I am a hero.
Yeah, that's really fun. First gear low, both lockers in, just really idling and crawling the car and letting it find its lines. It's just going to be about, these built in. Tim's up, but it's just going to be about working across the rocks until you find that spot where the wheel jams, and then it goes. This one here is pretty cool. It's like a massive rock wall and face. There's maybe a line up the middle there and a line off to the right, so I'll have a bit of a look and work out what one we're going to go.
So what I'm going to do is just chuck a couple of rocks in this side, because then I think his passenger tyre will have a ramp to go on.
I was up first to give this right hand line a crack. When picking your line, I find the main couple things to consider are trying to avoid all four tyres climbing steps at once, as it can be very difficult to do. This is where double steps often catch people out. And then the other thing to consider is aiming your tyres for the high points, so your suspension and diffs, etc. don't get caught up on those high points as you try to drive over them. This is often easier said than done though. You need to pre-plan out your whole line before you get to it, because once you're close to the obstacle / on it, you lose complete sight of what's going on. Having a spotter in these scenarios that can see what's going on and guide you is a huge game changer.
Turn hard, get fouled up.
That one was a little bit trickier than I expected. First sort of proper struggle on the track, just kept catching out that rear diff, but we got there. Timmy was up next and he was going to have a crack at the other line to what I did. Timmy had a good couple of cracks, but wasn't getting the traction he needed on the slippery rocks. So we did some rock packing and got him on a slightly different line. You know, it's only going to take like a little bit of line adjustment.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll get it.
Come towards me. Yeah. Yeah, hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Now start turning. Yep. 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 You're climbing. You're going to flatten. Yep. Now you're back. Oh, mate, that was awesome.
Hey, you got it done.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
No, that's all good.
I should have trusted you from the start. I was like, my back's not going to end up over there.
That's just good fun out on the tracks. A couple of mates having the time of their lives climbing rocks in their four-wheel drives. Slightest line adjustment, a bump in the right spot, and it was a completely different result. anyways, we had a long way to go and a lot of rocks to climb. So let's get cracking towards this lookout at the end of the track. There's not much to really commentate, but it's just rocks. Lots of rocks. You reckon a little bump, or is the line no good? So we are getting there, making our way along the track. It is a fair mission to get out the end. Fairly sure this one is called the Gatekeeper. I remember last time when I did this track, because I've done it once in the White Nav a few years ago, and we got right out the end on sunset. We had to drive all the way back in the night, and I had to winch down that. I dropped down the first bit, bellied out, and sat there spinning wheels, so I had to winch down to this tree. It was pretty funny. Not 100% sure on the best line for this one, but I'll creep my way up it and have a little feel out. What do we reckon, Tim? Just a little bump, or?
Pull slowly at that. A bit more passo, bit more passo. Yep. Rear lock is not working.
Timmy and I played around attempting this double step from a few different angles and did not get close at all. Yeah, we'll just pull the winch out. Yeah, I'm not sure what the line is here. It's a bit of a tricky one. It just like ramps you and launches you back down. And I don't know if it's like more drivable in the dry, you can sort of get off it a bit. Yeah, I'll just pull the winch out, get me up. It's 3:30, we've still got a bit of a way to go to the end, and we've got to drive all the way back out, and I've got a 5-hour drive home tonight, so I'm also in the back of my head, I don't want to just play around on these lines, packing and mucking around forever. But yeah, I don't know what the line is. Timmy was up next to see if he could get a different result to me.
Of the drive.
Oh, it hurts. Like smack straight up through the spine. That sucks, dude. I reckon you could probably in the dry. I reckon there's a line to the left that we could get, but I'm not sure about doing it in the wet. So I think we can pinch up.
So maybe the drivable line is this one, because that one isn't drivable like in the way we attempted anyway.
No.
Matt Kinsella, if you're watching this, what's the line, mate?
Yeah, I just said to my GoPro too, I reckon in the dry, you'd crawl up this with a good guidance.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a belly city.
Yeah, that one's ridiculous. So I tried up the middle there, and then the front just kind of ended up shuffling over, so I just shot up through the gap there. But Tim's going to give this left-hand line a go, which I think is a little bit trickier again, and there's a fair hole up the top there to manage. I'm fairly positive this is the last rock garden, and then we'll be at the end at the lookout. Nice job, man, nailed it.
Yeah, that was wicked, dude. Such a fun line. I wasn't really sure what my plan was getting to the top of that, but
you got there.
Yeah, we got there.
Well, that's it. We're at the end. Weenie Creek track conquered. So it is one way in, one way out. So from here we're going to chill for a bit and then make the drive back out to the end. But I'll finish up this episode here. I'm not going to film it all on the way back out. We'll just make the drive. What do you think of the track, Tim? Good time?
Mate, I've said it a few times along this track. This is my favourite track ever.
Ever?
Ever, out of anywhere and anything.
Instead of the $1,000 track in winter, you just have to come do Weenie Creek.
Yeah, and that's, I said to my in-cab, it's kind of, there's that many options and lines that whether you've got 31s and a Dominator, or, you know, 40s, twin locked and a high mount, there's a line for everyone, and there's a line for every type of weather.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you'll get here, right?
Yeah.
It's just how much fun you want to have along the way.
This is just the track that has it all.
Yeah, and all the technical, like, there's nothing like that in Tassie. Not like so condensed and in one spot, like just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, there's a lot of obstacles in a short space.
Yeah, no, it's really, really cool.
But that's the end of Timmy and I's New South Wales adventure. I'm going home tonight, and you still got a bit more to go, but so I have to keep an eye out on Timmy's channel.
Yeah, so I'm heading south to do the South Coast with Matt Kinsella, Tony and Al, who is Growth 4x4, I think. But yeah, so I'm going to go and do a bit more, but it's been awesome, man. You'll have to come back down to Tassie soon.
Yeah, buddy, yeah, let's do it.